If he feels differently in messages or privately, and he probably talks to those people, then again, that's on his terms. That's what he's choosing to do. I'm not forcing him and telling him no. I'm not forcing him not to do that. I'm not saying anything to him. If he chooses to do that, that's all on him.
I was gonna come in front of the curtain and do this, but anyways, whatever. So it's me from days later. I don't know how long. It'll be on the screen. But before I get into the part I was talking about, JJOrange, I talked to him about this for, unfortunately, about a couple years now. We've talked about it multiple times, and how many times I kept telling him, this isn't what you want to do, this isn't the people you want to be around, no matter how you feel sometimes, overall you're going to regret being around these people. Now, why that is very obvious, and you know, if you can't put two and two together, and I kept telling him every single time, if you align yourself with these people and you put these people in your environment, you're going to be sad, you're not going to be happy, you're not going to be getting the things you want, you're going to regret a lot of your decisions, you're going to be making mistakes, and I've been telling him that, and over again, because this is my family, this is someone I know. This isn't some random person on the internet mad about video games, which is absolutely, you have to be completely super messed up about any of that stuff to even get to that point of thinking about any of that or any of that stuff in that way. But that's one thing on its own. But for JJOrange,
I fixed it. That's the new setup. Now you can see the equality sign too. But anyway,
I've told him over and over again, and for example, let's mention his song and my song, our song, named Nerd Germ. Now that was some random freaking meme song that was just something random, and I just wrote something very fast. And here's the Moon Man background thing again in the shadow. I love the shadow background, and then just, it's so good. Anyway, sorry. I love it. It's awesome. So, I think one thing that really was messed was his lyrics. This time I ain't rapping, and this is scrapping, and then just random rap rhymes. And then he says, I'm trying my best to be happy. The new song got JJOrange coming back. So, if it weren't for me asking him to be on the song and making that funny song, meme song, of the videos that he's seen and I've seen as memes and jokes and just hilarious videos that we mention, that we reference, that we even rap. There's so many layers to it, but overall, ogres have layers. No, I'm kidding. But overall, that lyric right there where he says, I'm trying my best to be happy, that's exactly pinpointed right there. I'm pretty sure that song was 2022, but no matter what, that's the exact answer right there. Right there, I had no doing in it. And right then and there, try my best to be happy. And the reason why is, guess who I found out who he was friends with? Years ago, actually in this place, at this very screen that I'm looking at, I showed him. I said, how come you're friends with this guy? I thought you said you didn't like him or anything like that. Come to find out, he's also in his comments section on a video later on. So, as I explained before, no matter what, this is his choosing. I've talked to him so many times. Recently, there was an event where we went to some kind of lake or something, and he did something that he really showed me how he really felt. So me and him aren't on talking terms anymore. We're not necessarily on good terms right now. I don't think we've ever been, but this is the catch, not because of me. It's the same thing with Dawn. And that's something that I won't be talking about in this video, but I'm sure that, you know, it's probably the same situation there. I've never blocked any of them. I never treated them bad. There's people that treated them worse, and they like them better than me. They care about them more than me. So that just shows right there, after how much I've helped them and tried to help them, they choose to put me under those people. And how much they like me. And how they choose. Sometimes I regret it. Sometimes they're like, you know what, you were right, and I wish I listened to you. That happens way too often. Not just with family. Yes, this is my little brother and little sister we're talking about, but the example and my point is still there, and it still stands, and I stand behind it. And truthfully, just like everybody else, I want the best for everybody. Even these two, I want the best for in JJOrange, but if he continues to put himself around these gamers that are just completely bad for everybody. They remind me of those videos made by something about chickens that I watched. It was on To Catch a Kick or something like that. I don't remember what it was, but it reminded me of that video, and reminded me of those people when I watched the video that something with chickens or something about chickens made his video on.
This is the video that was made by Something About Chickens. They're good videos and good quality. He says he doesn't really know how to like confront people or debate or anything necessarily, but he actually does a decent job at it, and I think if that's one of the things that he continues to do, he's not bad at it. So definitely he should do more research and try doing more and new things, and I think he would actually become really good at it, because the fact that he made those videos shows, you know, how much potential he has. But these are the videos here if you want to go check them out and go look them up, because they are very important videos of people in this same community, that is the people that have been you know, trying to cyberbully and attack me and harass me, and continue to do that on YouTube, but not just YouTube, but other platforms too. But YouTube, for some reason, has been allowing it, so I'm not very sure. I don't know what's being allowed here now. It's very interesting and weird, but that's just what YouTube's allowing, I guess.
It reminded me, those people that he was creating a video on and talking about how he's catching them. He made 2 videos. Those 2 people, or however many more people that are encouraging that behavior and in that, around that situation, reminds me of that little gamer group that I've been talking about. And JJOrange is just making it worse for himself. You know, they think that they're going to get away with it the entire time. I think that's my favorite part. But the fact that this little gamer group and them and all of everybody there think they're going to get away with everything just sets an example of what's to come for the future. That there's going to always be those types of people, and there's always that people around. No matter what, you know, life will be life to them. And that's just factual. Life is life itself, so it is what it is. But yeah, I've talked to him, and I've never gone forward with him. I've even did it at the lake, and he ended up doing something that, like, seriously, wow. Like, I don't know how he brought himself to be in that situation and be like, this is what I want to do. To even do it in the first place. And because of that, that is the reason for this video. Now, I will elaborate on that a lot later, but let's go back to me from, like, I don't know, whatever it says on the video screen right now, text, and then we'll really dive deep into this.
I'm sure if JJ has something to say, he will, but judging and seeing everything that he has done by far, which is absolutely nothing about this whole thing, at least publicly, even on his own YouTube channel or anything, it kind of should be a clear sign that he straight up doesn't care about this whole situation, like his dad and like his brother being me. Now, actually, let's pause here for a second, because there was actually a point in time where this actually was a thing, but it wasn't necessarily. But I'll explain that in a minute.
2022. Back in that time, JJOrange actually did upload basically the only ever video where he blatantly showed me in a negative way, in a negative light, and I will be watching that specific video and talking about it now and talking about how I feel about that video. He has since, I believe, deleted that video. He might have privated it. I don't know what he did with the video, but I don't see it on his channel when I've looked it up after, because I believe I asked him to delete that video, and one way or another, I believe that video is now gone. I have not checked. I don't have time to check. I don't want to check. I don't look at his channel because he doesn't, you know, he doesn't really like YouTube. He's told me he doesn't like uploading or streaming, and he clearly just doesn't at all. So, with that in mind, let's go ahead and check out the 3-part quick series that I made talking about this whole thing. When me and him were not talking, because he just acted weird, like, straight up. That's basically it. But anyway, this was May 2022 when this happened. So this was about 2 years and 4 months ago when this took place. So after 2 years and 4 months of when we stopped talking because he decided to talk to this person, I heard him talking to him on the phone. So, you know, it's not like they have never talked before, because before that I found out that he was friends with him on PlayStation. That was the first time that was sus and a little bit weird. And then after that,
is when I found out that he was straight up talking to him on the phone. I mean, he kind of just did it. And the guy was talking, and we're talking about the overweight X Deadly's clone, by the way, the Flea, the one who changed his name to Monkey because I called him out for having V2 in his name, because they got banned on Twitter for doing things that I cannot say on YouTube, but certain amount of people got banned, and around the same time that they all get banned, just so happened coincidentally that guy gets banned, and he's talking to JJOrange about a lot of stuff that he doesn't even know about, he'll never understand or know about, as long as he does it this way, and it'll never work for him. And I don't want JJOrange to be unsuccessful, but, you know, going down the path he's already going on and doing the way of things that he is and going to a mental institute, obviously this is not what he wants to do, but something is just, you know, there's some kind of influence on that somewhere. So like I said, it's a 3-part series. The third one won't load, but it doesn't matter until I get to that one. I seriously do not know why that one does not load. May 6th. All 3 parts went up on May 6th? Okay. Well, anyways, let's go ahead and watch the very first one. And I won't be clipping the entire video, by the way. It's only the important parts and parts that I want to talk about, just so you guys know.
Really got into his head now, that is for sure. For the full context of this clip, I'm going to explain what's been going on recently. And it is, I don't know what's going on at the places he's going to.
In the description, I said I honestly hope this video didn't have to be made by the day. I don't know why I said by the day. I meant but the day has come. He's been doing this for years and this has to stop. I guess it says, also, I didn't call him annoying, just dealing with the same thing every game. Built up rage. From what I remember, it was just something that, you know, it was just a lot of gaming, and I just needed a break from gaming, really, is what it was. I needed a break from Apex, I needed a break from gaming, I needed other stuff to do, and just in general, just other things to not just do, but just, you know, anything but gaming. And get off that for a little bit, and social media probably, because it's going to be about gaming, and I don't want to, you know, spend time looking at gaming if that's what I'm trying to get away from. And at that time, because, you know, all I did was grind that, I didn't necessarily look at the bigger picture and everything that I could do at that time. I was recovering from a concussion, and, you know, I really had to get everything back into place. So, you know, at the time now, the best time that it's ever been, the question I have, if anything that's happened before, or if there's any mistakes I made, and a lot of people seem to think that X Deadly's has made a lot of mistakes, which, once again, I'd love to see a video on that, pointing out anything and everything that I have apparently did, with documentation, paperwork, any type of proof or evidence, any type of screen recordings, screenshots, anything. Doesn't even matter. Download or freaking record one of my videos and show me something, a piece of something, a piece of evidence in one way or another that I have messed up, that I have hurt people's feelings, that I have ruined experiences for people. Maybe sometimes I get a little too crazy back then when I was, you know, obviously not in my right mind state. I was, you know, almost said drinking marijuana, but smoking weed. So, you know, obviously, you know, drugs aren't good for you. No drugs are. And, you know, that's a drug. And that changes your mindset. That changes your mind state. And you're not the same person you were when you're smoking or when you're doing drugs. It's very clear and obvious. That's why they label it as a drug, because that's what it is. And so that's why I say we should just get rid of all the drugs. But anyway, that's a thing for another day. Anyhow, anyway, that, you know, character of X Deadly's has been ruined because of marijuana, because of the people I was around, and because of the environment. So many things added to the downfall of not just X Deadly's, but of my life. And so I talk about that later in this video, because I want to hit a couple points, talking about JJOrange and the whole thing there, and also talking about me and the whole X Deadly's channel just it hit its peak, and then that was that. Unfortunately, as much as I hate to say it, you know, there's a lot of stuff that happened, but X Deadly's wasn't the channel I wanted, wasn't the person who I wanted to be, and that's why I made the Homies Act 710. I know it took me going to,
making the channel Emperor Ultimate to do that, and naming this channel originally Big Boy ZX. I know it took me about, 2 years after the concussion and after all of that stuff to finally find that name I've been looking for 23 years, or forever since I've been on YouTube. We're going back to 2012 now, since I've had an account and had a channel that uploaded content. Then we're going back about 12 years. So 12 years ago is when I made my first channel. But all those names after that, all those channels after that, weren't the channel that I was looking for. Wasn't the name that I was looking for. That's why I made the Homie ZX710, because it was the name I was looking for. It fit me perfectly. It resonated with me. It was the one that I wanted. And that's why I'm the Homie ZX710. And going back to what I just said earlier, August 2024. If anything has happened before August, now's the time to talk to me about it. If there's anything that I did while I was playing the character X Deadlies, talk to me about it now. Now's the time to talk about it. If you have anything you want to say, if you hate the channel, if you hate me, you hate anything that I do, you absolutely just don't like it, what's the reason? And if there's an actual legitimate reason why you're in my comments, or an actual legitimate reason why it's been going on, go to my messages and let's call and debate. Let's call and debate. We can do it publicly or we can do it privately. And I'm going to keep saying that for each of the videos that I do here, and I want to make sure I say it at least once in each of those videos to let all those people know that have been coming back year after year, day after day, month after month, week after week. This is an actual reoccurring thing, and these are actual humans doing these things. It is a very sad sight, but it is what it is. And YouTube is becoming a sad sight because of these people ruining experiences for other people and ruining things for other people because they are mad about video games. I said watch the streams for context, the reason why someone might have thought I called him annoying. Yes, I said that in the video, but did I mean to say that? For one. For two, again, like a gamer rage, it happens for certain people. That happened for me in that moment in time. So you can over dramatize it, you can over exaggerate it, and turn it into something bigger than it actually is. It's not that deep. It never was. If it's that deep for you, and if it's that serious to you over something that happened in video games, then you can just deal with that over there. You can do all that over there. The truth is, and reality is, and the rest of the population, while the little gamer group and whoever thinks that's a big issue of this happening or whatever else happens, is over there, while the whole population of the universe and world are all over here, including me, we're all like, why does that matter? Or we ignore it. Either or. One of the two. Or even both. And saying that he's wasting my time at the end and leaving the party. Like I said in the video, that was his last chance. If it's not going to get better and he's not wanting to collaborate or play, then why waste both of our time? This has to be done for the better, and something has to be done for the best. Of course, me and JJOrange have made a lot of content since then. Me and JJOrange have made music since then. But it's something that really I don't understand. Because we can make content years later after this. We can make content before this. But then there are those times where he just goes weird, and those times where he just goes complete opposite. I don't know if it's a bipolar thing. I don't know what it is exactly, or mood swings or something, or just what it exactly precisely is. But there's something that he just flips that switch and goes Joshua Travis. My bad. I meant Hawk, or the Alpha Shadow Hawk clone, or frickin' X Razor Wire, frickin' Dark Recursion. He goes to like those two people, and he switches up. But this is my brother we're talking about, so it's a little bit different. But those people I don't know, they're not related to me in any way, so that's a little bit different there. So that's whatever. But when it comes to my brother and he's doing that, if it's similar behavior to them, I find that to be very odd, especially when he was talking to that guy on the phone, that overweight X Deadly's clone that I'm talking about, because he has an X in his name, so you know he's an X Deadly's clone. That person talking to JJOrange, and then he just so happens to switch up like that, it's a little bit coincidental. But let's talk about it a little bit more. if he switches up like that and he starts not talking to me, talking trash, trying to fight me, stuff like that, that's when it gets a little bit weird. So this is that type of behavior I've been talking about. But this happened in 2022. This happened after this video went up, years after, months after, whatever, days. And this is something I've had to deal with. This is his worst self. This is his worst that he's ever been. This is, I guess, the person that he's turned into. I don't know what or how. I've never did anything to JJOrange. Maybe I made, a couple mistakes when we were little and, it was stupid. And, it was completely by accident because it's not something I meant to do. But we're all different people and we all go through different experiences, and not everybody goes through those experiences. Not everybody is going to understand everybody. And because of those experiences that they weren't in and they never happened to them, so how are they going to understand? And not everybody's going to agree or disagree. Not everybody's going to like the same things or dislike the same things. And, there are a lot of the stuff I say because I need to break this down because a lot of people don't understand. So, what I'm trying to say is it's not trying to be rude. It's just, at this point in time, that's how things were. And that's how I reacted and acted on the situation. This is how I handled that situation. And it really sucks, but it was either that or deal with all of the BS, and drama that would have came out of that if I didn't do it the way I did it and handle that whole thing. So let's move on.
Going to the origin of the full clip, the stream. If you look on the stream of that episode, and it's very recent.
And, hold on.
The whole time.
And multiple episodes that he's been in, streams that he's been in, didn't want him in them or collaborating because of him not trying. It's noticeable. So what I'm trying to explain here is he's not really trying or trying to play, and I feel like he might have went to Fortnite because of that around that time, and he just stopped caring about Apex. I don't really understand what it is or why, and if he was trying, he never said that, and he's never said it nowadays. Obviously he's gotten better at the game because, naturally that just happens in general. But I really don't understand, how that all happened. I never really paid attention, so I can't say if he's actually not trying, per se. Or, even, not playing. So, this was just a guess, if anything. But I'm not saying that these things are true or not. So for people that are probably going to say that I am, that's not what's happening.
And I know because I've played video games with him for the past years, and every year since he's been alive, I've been playing video games with him.
But again, right here in this situation, that clip he uploaded, which I'll show when the time is right, it's in part 2. I don't know why I didn't put it in part 1. But it was just a guess. I have no idea. He might have, necessarily, but, maybe I can be able to tell once both of us rewatch the clip.
So, him making this video and uploading it is just, and a thumbnail too.
So I guess in the thumbnail, it said no females or something, basically saying that I don't get females. Now, there's something that I could say here in response to that, but I can't because it's YouTube and because it's just basically a mistake. All I'm going to say, how I can explain this part, and you can assume whatever, you can guess whatever, and I'm going to let you guys, do that. But you have to be 18 to do things at the age of 18. There's no Romeo and Juliet law. No, nothing like that. The age of consent is 18. So, if you're not 18 and you're doing stuff that you're supposed to be doing when you're 18, and you're smoking before you're 18, and you're also listening to someone trying to get custody of a baby that's gotten a DUI in a car while he had the baby in the car, and he was smoking and drinking. He got a DUI with the baby in the car, and he's trying to get custody of that baby. So, JJOrange, you're telling me that you look up to freaking Razor Wire, the guy who got a DUI, who got freaking locked up, not just once, but this is just one of those times. I'm still confused by how he sees that and doesn't see what I'm doing as something that he'd be more into, but whatever.
Anyways, probably move with a bird that's already living there. No, I'm kidding. Anyway.
Oh, shoot. The bird I was talking about was Alpha Shadowhawk, the clone. Because that account's been inactive since like 2016, 2017. It was only active during Origins Alliance, and that's not even a clan. It hasn't been since 2017. We're not talking about 3.0 or whatever. I don't know.
I already have something that I was already working on. I didn't even know he uploaded this because I don't check out his channel because he's just been acting like there's something like wrong with him recently, and I don't know what it is.
He's always been like that. It's gotten worse over the years. It gets progressively worse. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that he, yeah. I also don't check out his channel because, like I said earlier, he doesn't even care about YouTube, and he just doesn't, you know, with any of that. That's why he didn't even create his own YouTube channel, and I made his YouTube channel. I made his thumbnail. It's like Lethal Deception. He changed it for the first time ever, and he's put me in his About channel section, which is very weird because why? I don't know. But that's what he did, and he put Legendary Grand Entertainment on there, so, you know, he supports it, which is cool, but I'll explain later on why he has no affiliation with Legendary Grand Entertainment. This should be a sign of that, but, yeah, basically, ever since Legendary Grand Entertainment was officially formed to the public, when it was revealed to the public in 2021, as, you know, Grand Gold Vibe Entertainment, or Grand Vibe Entertainment, for a little bit, before it turned into Legendary Grand Entertainment. Ever since then, he's worked with me and had music under the Legendary Grand Entertainment name, just like Hardcore, but he has no affiliation with LGE. He doesn't work there. He's not in the music label as an artist, and he never got signed to a contract. He never got contracted or nothing. There's no, like, actual evidence or proof of him being, you know, signed to LGE, and neither Hardcore, and I'll get into that later.
It's more than just a whole internet thing, so before all these randoms come on this video that I already know, some, like, kids are going to come on this video, and, like, all these randoms are just going to come on this video and start, like, complaining this and that, and it's more than that. It's none of your business about other stuff he's done. He's wrote, like, weird shit on the wall.
I completely forgot about this. This is besides the fact that he cat too. Can I say that on YouTube? Here, this is. I don't know what, but he eventually did go to a mental institution. But yeah, that's there. So bruh, I have no freaking idea. That's been on the door since 2020, so yeah, that's probably still on the door now. Oh, you know what? Nah, it probably got painted over probably by now. But yeah, I still have relatives that live in that house, and they most likely painted over it. But just the very fact that he wrote that, I forgot he did that just because, like, why? and I don't have to explain this, but really quickly just to do that, no one else would have done this compared to the chance that I think it could have been, you know, the dad's fiance, or JJOrange's dad's fiance. Could have been. I don't know, because, you know, I wasn't talking to, you know, all of them all the time. We weren't, like, super close or anything, so, you know, because I was just doing a lot of stuff and I was busy, so really it wasn't something that if I asked they would know about.
He's tried burning the house down. He's probably already burnt a house down back in 2017. One of the reasons why we don't even live at that house anymore.
So, speculation. I really don't know if this actually was because of him. Apparently it could have been my half-sister, or it could have been JJOrange, or it was faulty wires, like the people said. when we asked him what was wrong with the house. You know, it really could have been anything. Faulty wire seems and sounds like it could be a possibility, but I seriously, like, I don't think that JJOrange would even know how to do that at the age he was. But I mean, if he somehow did that, then again, pretty much like everything else that he does when he does stuff to that extent and just like that is just why. He's starting to tell this to what's it called, to the overweight X Deadly's clone Random, saying stuff to him to the point where that guy is commenting, "Oh, I know what happened and who burnt the house down and all this." It was a spam comment that, you know, I've been spammed with because he's just obsessed, and I don't swing that way. I'm straight. I've always been straight. But the guy doesn't really get the memo, so, you know, he's going to continuously do that, which is whatever. But just the fact that he's talking to that person, that's it. That's all. The fact that he's talking to that little group of people just shows that, like, how do you not care about your own life that much?
The fact that he's influencing JJ to do these things and to do all this, it is just, it's unnecessary, and something needs to happen. Like, someone needs to do something. So until that happens, this video will still remain up.
Actually, I'm going to be deleting all of 3 of these videos after I do this. So, yeah, these videos, they served its purpose. So I'm going to, you know, get rid of them after this video because, you know, it's already in this, and, you know, the really important parts are in this specific video. So
let's just say it does what needed to be done for the longest of time. But that's all I need to say about this. There's nothing else that needs to be said. There's something that, like, I don't know if it's the parenting or what, but something needs to be done.
I don't even have to say this. I could have said this even earlier, but it's not, like, personal information necessarily, because, you know, it's going to get shared anyways, because he's already sharing this stuff to random people that he's met on the internet. So what's confusing to me is what he says, I shouldn't be sharing personal information on the internet. Again, another clip I'll be sharing later. I'm going to the clips before 2024 and the clips from before, and then I'm going into the newer clips. But the very thing that confuses me is when he says I shouldn't be sharing certain stuff, but then he's going to tell other random people, like that overweight random at the X Deadly's clone, about personal information and sharing stuff on the internet with random people who will definitely tell Joshua, of course, because that's just how that goes with that little gamer group, and then they flap their gums to each other and they yap about some random things that don't matter to anybody except that little gamer group, and then the rest of the population over here with me just is like, cool. Anyway, so as we were saying, you know, and you know, I love being successful with you guys, and yeah, it's all good. It's obviously just like unnecessary drama that if they want to do, if they have to do, or if they need some type of thing to freaking have a purpose in life, and if that's their purpose in life is just to do that their entire freaking life, then they can do that over there. Me and the rest of the population and you guys, we're all gonna be here enjoying ourselves and kicking back and having fun, living good, while these people are doing, I don't even know.
He's just getting worse and worse. It's gonna get worse, and sooner or later, like, there needs to be eyes on him too, because now he's being influenced by that. I don't even know, and I hope the best for all of them and stuff, and I hope that stuff gets better, because it does not need to be like this.
And I was like, okay, you know what, I'm done, this is annoying, and it just bothered me.
See, that's what I explained earlier, but also the very fact that it's just like, I just needed a break. I seriously needed a break, and I wish I took it right then and there if I didn't, because that was like the perfect time to do it. But yeah, sometimes you just gotta have breaks, especially when you're on the grind, and one of the main things that you're really good at is video games, and that when you're a god at video games like me, you gotta have your breaks, man. You gotta at least have some breaks in between. You gotta have those breaks no matter how you think of it, really affects your eyes too. So if you're not wearing gaming glasses like, this guy over here, like me, then you definitely want to try to get some at some point in time. Maybe prescripted, whatever. Try to get something going on there, because I when I say it helps, I'm serious when I say that. It 100% helps. I wore it over my prescripted glasses, and really it did help though. So definitely do that 100,000%, 1,000,000%, because it will help you a lot. But definitely get the sleep you need. It's like working out. Get the sleep you need. Eat and drink healthy. And don't just do junk food and Mountain Dew and all that other stuff. You just want to be playing the best plays, and the best way you can do it is doing all that. You don't want no Mountain Dew. You don't want no freaking Doritos or nothing like that. You want to just get in that best mindset that you can get.
And see, the problem isn't really that, and that was a little bit rude, but again, like I said, I was recovering from a concussion, and that was the way I thought of things at that time, was just giving him that chance. And also, it wasn't just that, but also, his behavior and all that was also a factor in that. So, no matter what, this was the right thing to do. But at that time, it's a one-life game. If you lose, you only have one life, and then you have to restart all over back again. If we were playing like Call of Duty, we'd be chilling, we'd be fine. But of course, he just doesn't want to do that. He wants to play one-life games, and when you play one-life games like Battle Royales, Warzone, Call of Duty, Warzone, freaking 2.0, 1.0, whatever, Caldera, whatever time frame you're in, whatever year, Fortnite, Apex Legends, PUBG, anything like that. If you're playing these games, or Search and Destroy in Call of Duty, if you're playing these games, you have to be, on your A game. Because if you lose that one life, that's when the gamer rage comes in, and that's when, it really hits like that. So I think that's also a factor in this, is because of the game we were playing. If we were playing any other game, I don't think this would have went the way it would have went. But because me and JJOrange were, I don't know about JJOrange, he might have been kind of on the grind, but I was on the grind. So, I cared about the results. I cared about the outcome. I really wanted us to win. I really wanted that teamwork. But if he's not, teaming and working with me, and teamworking with me, and, the chemistry and working together, if he's not trying at least that, we're not going to get nowhere. We're not going to get no wins, nothing like that. But that's if he wasn't trying. I don't know if he was or not. Also because I just don't really care enough. I was just playing the game to have fun. But, again, got to have those breaks.
The same exact thing. And it's just, what is the point? You don't get anything out of it. And if you do, it's not cash. You don't get cash out of that.
Exactly. To that X-Deadly's clone and that little gamer group of all of them, all of those haters in that little gamer group, what are you getting out of that? What is the purpose? What is your goal? Oh, to get a reaction. Oh, to make you quit. Oh, because we just don't like you. We hate you. And blah, 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 blah. 40 years old at my freaking parents' house. And, do drugs all my life. And then freaking cheat on everybody. In relationships. And then cry about it. And, it's like, all those people just have something in common. Everybody that's ever known about them, or that knows them, says two words. Who cares? Saying they don't care is what they say. Then why do you worry about what I do? Obviously you're emotional over something. This is what I said before too. You can't hate something and then not care. If you hate something, you care enough to hate it. That's just how it is. And it's like, if you care enough to have emotions about something, that's you caring. If you didn't have emotions and you actually don't care, like me, then you don't care. All those things with the little haters in that little gamer group, and just any haters besides that gamer group, I don't care. They hate me as I don't care. But, I wish and hope the best for everybody, including them. But, that's just me being me.
But I cannot be blamed for other people's mistakes. No one can blame me for anybody's choices in life.
So that was part 1. There's part 3. And the thing about part 3 is one of the people that actually I was talking about, the X-Deadly's clone, had responded to it and said it was the worst rant ever. And obviously they didn't watch it. because they wouldn't have felt that way, because if they did felt that way or feel that way in any shape, way, or form, they would have went to my messages and called me and debated. But no, can't do that. And I mean on stream, publicly. But that's just impossible. Can't do that. Too hard.
Alright, I'm back. Let's see what started it all.
You?
Wait, on you. Oh. Well, not finished until I love it.
I'm wasting more time now.
So no matter what, he still talked to that person that I told him not to talk to. He still talked to the overweight ex-Deadly's clone. He still talked to that person. He still did all that. So no matter what, how people see that, he is doing that. So I don't care. That's that. He's doing that. So you could see the bad in this, or you could see how this is bad, or to you, if that's how you see it, and say that's bad. If you think that's bad, just wait. Just wait. And then when later on, when something happens, I'll be like, I told you so. I tried to tell you. Today's May 5th, 2022. I know he knows better, and he doesn't have to do the shows, and it's like really bad bipolar. I don't know if it's, there's certain stuff that I've seen that I don't want to like talk about here, because this isn't the place to talk about. All that kid does, like, I have shit to do. Like I do a lot of I own a business. I do business, entrepreneurs. I take business calls. I don't got time for this kid at video games. This dude's trying to act hard, and he's talking about video games. Oh, I get paid on video games, sitting on my ass, like. And then he takes that and he's like, oh, wouldn't that be cool to do that? He's like avoiding the to someone that makes money, that works a hard job, hard paying job all day, goes home and has to do that every day of the week. For someone that does that type of stuff and puts in the work, compared to someone that sits down and plays video games and earns money, think of how they will respond to that. Think of what they're going to say to that. Oh, I put in all this work, but this guy's sitting down and making money from playing video games. Like, there's a difference there. There's like a huge kind of thing there that they don't realize. They're like, oh, well, I'm making money. Nice. So now you have no skills in life. Now, hand and eye coordination. Oh my gosh, that's going to help you in your entire life. Screw mathematics, screw school, freaking no matter what. Like, they think that that's enough for, like, how are you going to impress a female? You know nothing about cars, so you can't show her, freaking, if your car breaks down, or, while you're trying to take her out on a date, and you can't fix it, you call a mechanic when you could be the mechanic. Or if there's like freaking drywall that needs to be installed, you could just do that yourself. Or like when you go into a house, you check and make sure that there's no like creases in the floors, or in the walls, or make sure it's not hollow, whatever the explanations are for that. Those are just a couple examples of things that you could use and get from life and living life. But if you're not living life and you're sitting down playing video games, you're never going to learn that from video games. So, as someone who gets females, which, that's just what it is. And no matter how many females they get, if they even get any, as someone who knows this type of stuff, you can't sit there and tell me that you make video games and that makes you what compared to me then? Okay, you get money from your parents donating to you on Twitch. Okay, so what? What's the purpose? What do you do with the money too? And how are you doing that every day? Like when you're old and when you really can't get out of your chair, then what? you're gonna have to sell all that stuff anyway when you get that old, and you won't be able to play it. So it's like that's what you're gonna do for the rest of your life. Like exactly, this is how stupid it sounds, because like, what are you trying to talk bad on me for? Who are you to even think that you can even say anything to what I'm doing and to the empire that I'm building? How you gonna try to talk down on any of the stuff I'm doing when you're sitting there getting paid playing video games and that's it? That's it. Oh, I'm playing video games, I'm getting paid. But that's it. That's the only thing that anybody knows about you. That's the only thing that you're known for. For like what? One thing. Streaming video games and getting paid. Wow, amazing. I'm known for so many things, I can't count them all in this video. Countless things, numerous things. And if I were to make a video on it, I'd be sitting here for hours of how many things. And that's just talking about how much things I did. Not even talking about the explanations and every detail and all of that. I would be here for like double the amount of time, triple it, if I were to do that. But like, this is what I'm talking about. And this goes for that little gamer group as a whole, because that's all they do. Because video games are popular now and people, watch it and get money from it, they all think that they can just do it. They all look at my channel and it's like, oh, he's a video gamer, I could do it too, or I could do it better, this and that, like Joshua says, or whatever. This and that. And then they just do the same exact copy and paste things and then expect perfection, expect results out of that. And then when that's not going well, when they're not getting anything out of it, they get mad at me and they start hating on my channel and breaking the rules of YouTube, and YouTube doesn't do anything about it for years. And they get mad at me because they're failing. No matter what, they're still coming back to my channel, so they're still failing. And they see my success and they're like, dang, how's he doing that? But I can't get that numbers. I can't do that. I mean, unless they're buying, bots to do that, then, otherwise, it's still like, how can I get that real audience? I'm buying bots, but I still don't have real people watching my channel. I have advertisements and super chats, and still people don't watch my channel. Like that, for example. And people don't care about my channel. I don't have like tribute videos made about me, or this or that, or freaking montage compilations about me, because you don't give them a reason to care. You can't just try to ruin your reputation and embarrass and humiliate yourself, and get mad at someone about video games and get mad at me for me beating you in a video game or something over video games, and then expect that people are not going to laugh at you and expect that your life's going to be not looked at as a joke and all your careers that you do. Yeah, you can create a video game, but that's just going to make it even more embarrassing and humiliating, because that's the reason why you're mad at me. You're trying to one-up me when you wouldn't even exist if it weren't for me. So, give your credit to Zaddy at least, dang.
He's just like taking that and think it's a good thing. Like, you're not realizing what I'm trying to say to you, bro. Like, as you stare at a screen and get blind, what are you accomplishing?
Exactly.
Now, what are you accomplishing from getting from games? And when you get that money, what are you spending on? Oh, like JJOrange now, like, he's just changed over the years. And it's not just because of this whole online, ever since he's gone online. And I get it. Some people go online for an escape, from reality sometimes, and they need it. And I see JJOrange kind of likes it. He's been on there, and he needs that. He wants that.
That's what I do, and that's what Legendary Grand Entertainment was made for. It was made for me, but then I, try to make it for other people, but only those other people, if they enjoy it, it's for them. It's for everybody, even people that don't enjoy it, because no matter what, they're reacting to it, no matter what they know about it, so no matter what, those are the two things that, that's kind of the whole point. But overall, that's why I made Legendary Grand Entertainment. I already had stuff going on in my life, so I was like, alright, if I'm going to do this and, get away from that drama and stuff that doesn't matter, stuff that's not doing anything for me, I'm going to make Legendary Grand Entertainment. And then in 2021, I finally found that and that idea and, freaking announced it to the public and all that. And that's when, it became a thing. And it was the best decision I've ever made because it's just something that's so important to me. And, no matter what, I'm always, have that as my main thing. Out of everything that I ever do, Legendary Grand Entertainment is mine. That's my favorite thing of all time.
That's literally the only reason why he did that, was because that was the time to make me the easy target when I was like that. So that's why, that all happened, and then, adding Razor Wire to that just made it so much worse with the negativity and, the environment I was in, and just so many factors were into that. And, again, I'll get into that a little bit later, talking about something similar to that and that, thing of things. But that's when I get to that, because for right now it's about this, but I just wanted to say that anyway. Yeah, I'll do this video later, though.
Hello everybody, it's ZXinfinite, and I am here once again, also known as ZXinfinite, or ZXI, whatever. I used to call myself ZX, Big Boy ZX and all that, but anyway, those are all nicknames of, you can still call me that, but this is a time where, things are changing. Sometimes things have to change for the better. Not everything will last, and, life isn't perfect. It's not all sunshine and rainbows and all that, so, that, it is what it is. So, with that said, as of September 5th, 2024, JJOrange has no affiliation with Legendary Grand Entertainment or the homie ZXinfinite any longer, because he doesn't want to do music. So he made a Vevo, and there was no purpose of it because he just made it as a fake account to subscribe to himself with, like the other ones. And he made that and then just changed the name or something. I don't know. So I don't know what he's trying to do with all that. He makes his own decisions now. He does his own things. I've came to a point where I saw it as the best foot forward. Every time that I tried to talk with him and try to get somewhere with him, it would always result into stuff from the past or something past. No future. So people that are stuck in the past don't have a future for themselves. People that are stuck in the past can't even move on to the present. So if they're not even here now, and they're stuck on everything from the past, then that is an obvious, clear answer to what result will happen. So, because I don't see in anything happening, I don't see him making music besides when I ask him to collaborate, and he surprisingly does. We made about 5 songs, that's what it is. That's happened. But for the time being, really there's just nothing there for JJOrange anymore in Legendary Grand Entertainment. Alongside myself also. I've gotten nowhere with him. He's made his decision to do what he's been doing. He's continuously making more mistakes, and that's what he is choosing to do. He knows exactly what he is doing, and if he feels a way or a certain way, if he unsubscribes or whatever he feels like doing to my channel or Legendary Grand Entertainment, then that is his choice. He is free to do whatever he wants to do and doesn't have to tell Legendary Grand Entertainment as it worked before. He is free to do whatever he wants to do. But again, because he does his own decisions, if he feels a certain way and he feels like making a YouTube video, then he will. But I don't see it happening. He hasn't made a YouTube video on anything, absolutely anything, so I know where he lies in all that, especially of how he talked about some of that stuff. So with that said, because once again, getting nowhere with the guy, I've tried everything that I could, and it seems that everybody is stuck in the past, including him. Everybody's stuck on their mistakes, and trying to shift the blame on me because of mistakes they made, and because they cannot accept accountability. Of course, the egotistical narcissism comes in there. And so,
JJOrange finally showing his true colors, and being the person that, that he's talked about him not liking, the people he doesn't like being that way, but then he's exactly that. So, and even telling me that too. Oh, this guy's, being this way, and I'm like, oh, okay, just, what's the point in that? Why even respond to them, or do anything? So I don't know. Maybe it's because he's from Kingman, Arizona, and he's, doing Kingman stuff. I'm not entirely sure what's going on. I'm not gonna elaborate, any further or too much about this whole thing. It doesn't have any effect on me because of how much has not came out of the situation, as much I've been trying to get stuff out of it. As I've been trying to encourage him to do better, become his best self, create awesome projects, and do best for himself, but it seems that that's not what he wants to do. He wants to align himself with people with no purpose, no goals. He wants to put himself around a toxic environment with people in that environment with no purpose or goals, no morals, with nothing in their life except just to do drugs, sit, drama, don't do anything else, nothing to achieve. So because they're on below the basic level, far below, and he wants to be around that for some reason, this is the time where I say, all right, I cannot have that in Legendary Grand Entertainment. I cannot have that around me, and I don't see myself having him around anymore or any longer, because of the mistakes he just chooses to make, makes it worse on himself, does worse things to everything around him, to everybody around him, and just cannot accept and admit when he is wrong, or accept and admit when things are bad. And he takes all these things that he randomly gets and thinks that because he has those things that he's above everything and the world revolves around him. And that's one of the things that I'm talking about making a lot of mistakes. But it is what it is. This is what he's choosing to do. So this is my decision now of what I'm choosing to do, because he's choosing to do other things. I'm choosing to do this thing, and releasing him from the music label of Legendary Grand Entertainment. I'm releasing him from Legendary Grand Entertainment overall as someone who would work in the entire LGE, and just as a person that would be in my content or anything else, absolutely not going to be around any longer. So it's just me, basically, the music label. As far as Legendary Grand Entertainment goes, she's not in the position at the moment, neither JJOrange, 100% definitely not JJOrange, but Don is not in a position at the moment to be in Legendary Grand Entertainment working. But she has an available spot that if she decides to be working anywhere, then I will definitely see what I can do there. But as far as that goes, I don't think that she's necessarily in Legendary Grand Entertainment neither. Although JJOrange does have YouTube in his gamer tag, so I'm not sure if he doesn't care about gaming as much as he does about creating content about gaming or uploading or live streaming about gaming. It's kind of weird that he doesn't like YouTube, but he puts it in his name. And then also, here's the thing about gaming though, I don't think that's true, because I think he does like gaming, because he spent 86,000 hours in Fortnite, okay? We're talking thousands of hours, okay? So for the person for the longest time saying they didn't like Fortnite, and then them talking about Fortnite or playing Fortnite. So now this is a person that is been a Fortnite fan the entire time that he's played Apex, the entire time that he's played Call of Duty, the entire time that Fortnite has existed. He has been a mega fan, probably got V-Bucks. I spent Apex coins on him because I thought he moved. I moved on from that. I thought he became an adult, a man, and was ready to be professional. But it seems that the people around him and what he's choosing to do and all the mistakes have resulted in him being a mega fan of Fortnite. So that's his decision. I obviously don't like Fortnite. It has no purpose in anything, hasn't done anything. And I think it's overplayed, overused, over everything, overrated. I don't think that it's good at all.
because it's the very exact same thing every single time. And that's the fun thing about playing different games and trying out different things that I love doing. Because sticking to one game just seems kind of, illogical and illiterate. But it is what it is. If some people want to do that, that's cool, that's fine. You do you. But it is what it is. I'm not mad at JJ. I don't hate JJ. I don't dislike JJ. Neither the same for Don. I don't dislike Don. I don't, hate Don. And I'm not talked bad on either of them. Nothing negative. It's just what the facts are and what's going on about Don and JJOrange and their position in Legendary Grand Entertainment. Now, what does this mean? So far, I've made a video on hardcore twice because for some reason, I guess no one got the memo there. Talking about he had no affiliation and he's not, working with Legendary Grand Entertainment. Because I guess there's a misconception that he's not understanding that he doesn't work for it. He needs to take it off all of his music and everything because he has not released a single project under Legendary Grand Entertainment. No songs, no nothing. Anything. He's never even talked about me on working on anything except the foundation, and that wasn't even about with Legendary Grand Entertainment. That was just with me. So, the whatever thing we planned for Africa or something.
The result of that is him having no affiliation with Legendary Grand Entertainment, and he was not in the music label. Now, it is basically the same for JJOrange, and for Dawn, it's not necessarily the same or different, but it's not on the same level, because she has an available position, always ready, if she decides to do that. That's the difference with Dawn. But as far as JJOrange and hardcore goes, they got a lot of work to work on, absolutely. Especially JJOrange, though, as someone I actually know. Because I've done a lot for JJOrange, and of course, I'm uncredited there. And if Dawn and JJOrange decide to team up or whatever they decide to do, if they haven't done it already as they've done before, then she won't have an available position and she'll just be on the same level of both of them. And I'm not saying that's what's happening, I'm not saying that's what will happen, I'm not saying that is true. I'm just saying if that ends up happening, then that's what it is. So basically that's what's going on at the moment. Maybe an available position for Dawn, but as far as everything else goes, she's not working under Legendary Grand Entertainment. Not necessarily any longer. She really hasn't. Unless she was in content with me on YouTube, okay, that's Legendary Grand Entertainment and me. Alright, that's fine, cool. And in the Legendary Grand Entertainment show. Same with JJOrange. If that has happened, that's just content we made during that time. Does that mean they've actually worked with Legendary Grand Entertainment? No. Does that mean that they actually, when they make their music, does that mean they release it under the music label? Here's the thing with that, though. Yes, but I'm basically the main, it's more of a the Homies X710 featuring JJOrange. I know I say Homies X710 and JJOrange, I just like the name of it and doing that and trying it out. That's why I said that, but it's more of the Homies X710 featuring JJOrange, which means that it's under my music. So if this was in a music catalog or discography, then it would obviously be released under my name. Now, he would be credited as a verse, obviously, because he made a verse in the song. He would be credited, but he wouldn't have the credit of the overall song. He wouldn't have, he wouldn't have all of the credit or most of the credit, because I did everything but his verse, and I didn't write his verse. I might have helped him or whatever and come up with ideas. That's as far as that goes. Everything he's ever done, he's wrote, he's done, all that. And, it's his music.
Okay, stop freaking texting me. I don't know who the frick's texting me.
So, being a CEO of Legendary Grand Entertainment, being the president of LGE, making these decisions, I love doing these things, and I love Legendary Grand Entertainment. So for that to happen, things must change.
Things have to adapt. Not all the time am I going to have the same type of content. Not all the time is everything going to be the same. Can flux stars, though. He was going to be on the music label, he was going to be doing content with me, but we've made content, though. He actually has been, doing stuff with Legendary Grand Entertainment because he's been on my Apex streams. He's been in my video of Season 19, I believe it was, that I've uploaded on my main channel here.
But besides that, we've just been in talks. He has his things going on, and I especially got my things going on. A lot of stuff is happening today, and I got a lot of stuff done. And I, seriously am grateful for everything. But this is a video that, I just thought of, and I really think that this video needs to be done instead so people don't get confused with, putting my name up there with JJOrange. It was only for, the 5 songs and the other content we did, the few videos that we did when he didn't have his door locked for some reason, and it was a little weird. But a lot of the time, why we didn't make content, for anybody that wants to know, he locked his door and he wouldn't come out of his room. He seriously, would not come out. And he would just stay in his room, and it just wouldn't make any sense to me. Because, why would he do that if he's saying everything is all good and everything's, fine? I feel like it's just, other people that are just, not having the best lives, and the reason why is because they're not doing anything about it. And I've been trying to help them. So, if quote-unquote they don't want my help, then I just don't like seeing that around me. So no matter what, I'm going to help. I'm going to try to help. But, after the result of everything, and just how things have been going to, and just how I see the future for Legendary Grand Entertainment, as far as everything else goes, Those three have nothing to do with Legendary Grand Entertainment, and I want to set the record straight. I want everybody to know every second of this video that they watch and learn information, gain information about this, and know that that's what it is right now. Freaking Dawn's birthday was like 3 days ago, and I couldn't even see her because of the other people, and one of them, JJOrange. That's why she got locked up. But hey, maybe she's gonna be homies with him as soon as she gets out. We'll see. Maybe she's gonna freaking, I don't even know. I don't know that situation. But you know, regardless, that's already happened. That's said and done. Everything's done there. I'm not worried about anything. What I care about is the future. What I care about is what's going to happen overall. So those three, I want to get out of the way, talk about it in this video, and then I want to move on doing bigger, better things, and the best things. The biggest things. So that is going to happen from now on. And there's going to be a change in a lot of things in Legendary Grand Entertainment, also for myself and my channel and my Legendary Grand Entertainment channel. There's a lot of stuff that will happen and change, and you guys will see it. I'll make videos on it. So with that said, this is 20 minutes of craziness going on. But I mean, it has to be said, it has to be done, and I wanted it to be done. I want it to be said. I need it to be said. I needed it to be done.
But like I said, it's no negativity, no hate, nothing bad, nothing like that. Don't misinterpret it. Don't misconceive it. Don't communicate. Don't misunderstand what I'm trying to say. Because if that is the case, and you're going to, try to come at me with drama because you misunderstand everything, then, I mean, that's your choice to not do research for what you don't understand and for what you have questions about. Don't directly ask me because I don't have every second of the day. I don't have all the time in the world. So don't always come to me with your problems or your questions or your comments or concerns. I know I've asked for it before, but like I said, things change and people get busy and stuff happens. Everybody got their own life.
Completely random, but I wanted to add the clip of just saying. Razor was telling me, we were talking or whatever, and he told me that the 40-year-old that lives with his parents or whatever, when he got kicked out because he was cheating on someone, one of my family members, and some random junkie, he gets all these stuffs. He goes to Super Bowls and football stadiums and all these events and sets up stuff for him. And Razor said he gets more opportunities than us.
That doesn't make you entitled. I know they're like best friends or whatever, and Razor, Dark Recursion, Travis, whatever, all same person. That doesn't give you entitlement to think that
the world revolves around you. To think, and it's obviously egotistical narcissism, and when they're both wrong, that's why they're homies. The fact that he said that they both fought, I always will doubt, because they have never fought. There's no way. Sometimes you put the same types of people in the same room, they will fight, yes.
And it's possible, but the very fact that, you put them together, I don't see them fighting because of how similar they are. And just, seeing them and being around them, it's just really... The whole thing in itself doesn't give you entitlement of anything. If you're on drugs, you're already messing up. That's, like, step one. We're not even including nothing else. If we're talking about, like, being on drugs, there is no opinion to be had on anything. Because who are you to talk about someone when you're actively hurting yourself? Actively.
Alcohol, but overdoing it. And not just doing it in, like, subtle amounts. In alcohol-wise, I'm not talking about...
And obviously cocaine
is bad for you no matter what you do with it. I don't care what anybody says.
In terms of all of that, I just find it hilarious and find it so... illogical for him to think that, oh, he has more opportunities than us. You do not know me, for one. But you definitely don't know me if you think that I have not had opportunities huge before. I'm just choosing to do what I like to do and what I want to do. I've had more opportunities ever because of just how I've been. Care what anybody says, I'm from Cali. I do stuff. Not just that. But yes, I've had, special opportunities that aren't always available to every single person. But some of the stuff that I've had for opportunities, I've earned. And I deserve. I've gotten. So, anybody can look at this and be like, oh, but the homie Zach's he's egotistical, narcissistic, and all this other stuff. That's if you don't know me. If you're judging a book by its cover, if you're looking at me at face value, or if you're just making up nonsense, or excuses, whatever, if you're making up stuff, no precise criticism, no actual research, and you're looking at one video, or one live stream, or one thing from me, or one post, or one text. Anyways, I don't know, someone texted me, I just forgot what I was talking about. But I just really wanted to talk about that, because I just find it hilarious that for someone to think just because they're setting up stages for all these people that, oh, they're making all this money and all doing this whole big freaking opportunities, meeting celebrities, that doesn't give you, any type of power, and it doesn't give you the entitlement to think that you are the president of the United States, that you're making big business moves because you're meeting celebrities and taking pictures with them and not actually, being friends with them, talking to them, whatever. And even if you are, no matter what, you're still the same person you were before all of that. No matter what, how some people are are going to be the same person. If he didn't get that job of setting up stages or whatever the heck he does, it is what it is. He would have been the same type of person. For someone that's almost triple my age, double my age though, how are you jealous and envious at my success? But then one of the people around him says, that's like his bestest of friends, being Travis Razorwire Dark Recursion, saying that he has had more opportunities. What do you mean at, like, junkie festivals? Because he's, a hippie and all that LSD and acid, and, you know, and he said this exact sentence, by the way, if everybody in the world was on drugs, it would be a better place. And I'm like, that's the most stupid, absurd thing I've ever heard in my life. Drugs are called drugs for a reason. Hard drugs, soft drugs, doesn't matter what it is. Alcohol, even nicotine, freaking tobacco, anything like that. Nicotine, tobacco, cigarettes, vape. All of that affects you in harmful manners and ways. All of that affects you in a negative way. Some people do it because they get addicted. Some people do it to make themselves feel better. But that is not an option. It should never be an option because there's an unlimited amount of possibilities and things that exist right now in the day and age we live in. There's so many things right now that you could choose instead of doing drugs. There's so many things. So if you have to refer to drugs, you gotta surround yourself in a better environment and in better people around you to help you. Because I'm not around everyone, I can't help everyone. But what I can try to help is at least try to help as many people as I can. This video is obviously not going to reach everybody. It's not going to get millions of views. It's not going to go all the way out there. For one, because of YouTube. And for two, probably because I'm blacklisted or whatever. But none of that matters to me. The only thing that matters to me is the people that actually see this and realize what I'm saying is true. And if you don't think what I'm saying is true about all that, well, no matter what, I'm going back to my point anyways. Do the research if you'd like.
But the freak.
Anyway, the point is just the very fact that, like, he's came up with excuses to defend him and to try to make him sound good, and I'm like, I don't care about... I basically said without saying it, like a cognitive dissonance type of thing. I was like, I don't really care about whose opinion on what I do. I don't care about success, which is true, you know, but that's not the point of the video, so I'm not going to elaborate more on that, but, I don't care about none of that. I care about, like, the people that watch it, that enjoy it. I enjoy making it for those people. It's for that reason. That's why Legendary Grind Entertainment's, you know, for... myself, yeah, but for other people too that enjoy it and just like what I do, whoever enjoys it, that's the whole point too. Not the entire point, but like just in general, one of the points that I hope happens. And just, it's just absurd to think that just because he's doing what he's doing is like, oh man, like he's so cool for doing that. Man, he's so cool. He's accomplished so much in life. If you're in your 30s or 40s and you're living with your parents,
and you messed up, and you're going to try to tell people life advice and how to live life, and you're going to tell people that the world should be on drugs while you're on drugs. You're going to try to tell people how life works and everything.
That's just not, that's not reality. Like, someone's very detached from reality. That guy is 100,000%, 1,000,000% detached from reality. Because you cannot be so fry brain, like KFC, to the point where you really think that all of what you are thinking, saying, doing is solving everything and not multiplying the problems because of the mistakes that you're continuously making is going to be how everything should work. And the truth. If that's what you think, then whatever. But I just think it's funny.